apart from the coronavirus. Apart from the corona.
You put a potato as normal.
Yeah, you're just being a potato. I can hear you.
Properties. Device. No, I don't want to use default.
Are you live on YouTube or Facebook?
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube. Microphone. Let's try this one. There we go. Right, now hopefully you should be able to hear us then now. Because you lot didn't actually hear what I just said, I did an update on OBS and it has messed with my settings. So, yeah. So, yeah, thank you very much, guys. I suppose I've got to go back over that past couple of minutes and do that again.
Now the floating head.
Yes, I am now the floating head. I am now the talking floating head. But, yeah, unfortunately, I did an update on OBS and it has messed with my settings. That's why the YouTube chat is gone. For some reason, I just cannot get it back up on screen. I haven't got access to the share screen anymore, so if anybody sends any links or anything, I can't actually share them on screen anymore at the moment. So yeah, I need to have a bit sit and play with myself in the loft and work these things out.
Oh dear.
Yes, I know. Oh dear. I know. But yeah, so
watching your stream is like it's like watching a sort of.
An orangutan smashing the keyboard?
Yeah, it's like a cross between an orangutan in the zoo and you know, like the I can't remember his name. The spaceman with the monocle.
The spaceman with a monocle.
It was like the astronomer, wasn't
yes. Was it Sir Christopher Lee? Or was it,
no,
that was Saruman, wasn't
Christopher Lee.
What was his name? The astronomer. He was also the games master in Games Master.
Crystal Maze.
No, he wasn't in the Crystal Maze. Anyway, yeah. So I suppose I will. Patrick Moore. Paul Cross is Patrick Moore.
Yes, that'll be him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he used to be on Games Master or something like that, where he played the part of the Games Master. Anyway, so as I was saying before, lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between, my name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter. Welcome to the Technical Problem Broadcast, where we have lots of technical problems. I'm currently being joined by Colin, aka Paint Magnet, Chan, known as the Chandy Man, and Albert, known as Albert. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for dropping in. Hopefully, on this sorrowful coronavirus eve, we can we can keep you entertained for a little while. Hopefully, be able to try and put some smiles on faces. Yeah. So thanks very much for dropping in, everyone. I've just opened the window there. I didn't mean to. Right. So, how is everyone doing?
Doing all right. Still got to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Doing all right.
Champion.
I can't hear the other two.
Yes, for some reason I can see the little speech bubbly things opening, saying that they're talking, but I can't actually hear anything from them. Oh, we'll see. Albert's has just gone up there, but. Aha! The Chandy Man speaks.
There we go.
Still nothing from Albert. Albert, have you got your headphones plugged in the wrong way around? Right. So yes, I suppose until well, hopefully Albert will get sorted out in just a minute there. But in the meantime, Paul Cross has gave us one that he would like us to share out. He started up a page, Old UK Paintball Magazines. Yes, Paul, I know that didn't bode well for the rest of the evening, but bear with us. I'm a professional organisation here, remember. So yeah, Paul started up a page, Old UK Paintball Magazines, where he's scanning in the full magazines of old magazines, and they are now up online if anybody actually wants to go and check them out. You can find it at. I'm trying to see if he's got a proper sort of tag here or not. I believe it is just Old UK Paintball Magazines on Facebook. I will try and drop a link in the description. I've just done something there that I didn't mean to do. Of course, as per usual. Right, so I'll just cut this. It is going to be a massive link getting posted in the chat. And
Can you hear us?
yes, we can now hear you there.
Yay!
Right, as I was trying to tell you, for some reason I cannot share a link for the you. I've been trying to post up about the stream going live, but for some reason I can't post a link up.
Have you been banned from sharing links, Albert?
Well,
Oh well. I should really stick a link up on my Facebook page as well, but it is what it is. If people drop in, if people want to come and see the stream, then they're free to do so. So, well, since I've got you in here, guys, what have you seen anything lately that you're looking forward to for when we can actually go out and play? It can be a game, it can be a product, it can be anything you like.
Hair trigger.
Yeah.
Deadly Wind hair trigger. Definitely looking forward to that. Want to test one out, but current climate, not willing to drop the money on it at the minute.
Yeah, I believe they're quite expensive at the moment, aren't they?
Works out at about 80 quid to get one over here.
Yeah.
Which isn't too bad. But it's
Jack, did
still.
you manage to get that one off that lad? I noticed you were trying to get one.
What, an EMAC?
No,
the hair trigger. You were trying to get one off someone.
Oh right,
weren't you?
yeah.
But...
Basically, he was on about. He didn't want to ship it out of America. So one of my friends in America said, "Oh, I'll middleman it for you," and then he was saying, "Oh, it'll cost me this much to ship to you," but obviously I would have still had to pay the first guy to have shipped it to my mate. So I was like, "Well, I may as well just buy it brand new from Deadly Winds."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brand new, the one he was selling was a brand new one that hasn't been used, but.
So what was his problem about shipping it to the UK?
A lot of Americans have got a problem with it. I don't know why.
It's because we're
Because
drinking
it
tea.
involves extra work.
I think it's something to do with 1776.
Like I'd ship anywhere. Like I've shipped all over the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. America quite easy to get stuff from normally. It's just a pain in the butt when you get the bit of paper through the door from Royal Mail to say, "Oh yeah, you've got to come and pay 30 pence duty, but we want 8 quid handling fee."
Yeah, complaining about
hand.
30 pence postage there, Colin. Oof.
No. It's not. It's not that. I never complain about the import duty because the import duty is always like a few pence or a few quid.
Yeah.
Quid handling fee that Royal Mail stick on top of it all. That's the.
Well, you see, I do complain about the import duties. Like I understand why there is such thing as import duties, but when it's on products that you cannot get anywhere else, bar out of the country, what exactly are you supposed to do? That's why there's not a lot of people. Well, obviously back in the days when it was Bob Long and not Field One or HK's
Blast
sort of
or-
version. Not many people over here shot Intimidators or Victories because the
You couldn't get them.
parts
Yeah.
and
Parts and spares and yeah, it's like my ACA stuff is have one protocol called. Hello.
Yes, I'm still
Hello,
here.
are you there? Yeah.
You kind of just went
It went
quiet there. You were
quiet
talking.
all of a sudden. Yeah, my ACA stuff, I could literally get it from one bloke
Yeah.
because I used to be able to get it from two different places, but now one of the people bought the other.
Yeah.
So it's all from the same person now.
The same supplier. That's a bit naff. If you can only just get it from the one supplier. What's that, Albert?
I'm talking away here and then realised that I have to press the bloody button.
Have you pushed the talk back on?
Oh dear. But no, yeah, it is a pain to get stuff from America and have to pay the import duty and all that side of things. But
Yeah.
it's the handling fee that pisses me off more than anything, because generally the actual import cost is less than the handling fee
See,
for Royal Mail
well, I
to
don't
do
know,
exactly the same as they would normally do.
yeah.
when I got my first G6R from Blast, it came through and it went to, was it DPD or was it Parcel Force? Might have been Parcel Force, but I had to go and pay an import charge of £125.
Yeah, it was FedEx that got me. When I ordered my first GoPro, I thought, you know what it is? I'm going to spend a lot of money on this. I want to get it from GoPro direct. So I bought it direct from GoPro, and it turned up, and I got £114 import fees through FedEx. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I only paid like 150 or 200 quid or something like that for the camera.
See, to be fair, the most expensive thing I've bought direct from America is my Ripper. I think the import on that was only about like 15 quid.
Yeah. It sounds like you've been doing really well out of it.
I think I've spent more on Demolition Ranch merch
Yeah.
being imported than I have anything else, and most of that is on import.
Yeah. You know what it is? Just they going completely away from sort of paintball stuff. I can't believe Demolition Ranch is actually still going. And they've been going on YouTube for years now.
That's what
Hasn't he
happened.
not been,
You've gone potato-y.
hasn't he been demonetized though?
Just-
Yeah, a lot of the stuff has been.
Yeah.
The last time I watched it, he was complaining that basically he's been yeah.
Yeah, most of his Demolition Ranch videos have been demonetized because they actually have guns in them.
Yeah. Well,
He was saying he doesn't have the money to put it to do massive guns. I think the one I was watching, he had a load of cheap guns, and he was just saying what he could do to block up the barrels. And he was saying how basically how he hasn't got the money to do any of them with bigger guns now because of them being.
well, that's it. I mean, the whole demonetization.
To be fair,
stuff,
that's him taking the mick. Really. He's that was his latest video because he got a load of high points and tried blocking the barrels on them all. But I watch his off the ranch stuff more than I do his Demolition Ranch stuff. But because he's recently lost.
Colin, you've gone very robotic, mate. Can't understand a word you're saying.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You dropped out a few times for me.
Hear me now.
Shall I just
Shabba.
leave and come back?
Yeah, drop out and drop in.
Well,
Raven PB says his teammates in America tried shipping him a New Jersey over, It cost more than the jersey itself to get it over here. I can
Is that
believe
better?
that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
now?
can hear you there now, Colin. Yeah, I can actually believe that when it comes to something like a jersey. And you maybe pay like 50, 60 quid for a custom jersey. Maybe it's a little bit more. I'm not too sure. You know, but if you then get stung on the import fees, I can entirely see that.
Yeah, well, what I was just saying before I went potatoed,
Yeah.
I the off the ranch videos more so than the demolition ranch
Yeah.
videos, because it's more about his home life and all that sort of stuff, and
Yeah.
he's got loads of little projects going on.
Mm.
But yeah, he's recently just lost his brother,
Right.
so there's going to be a bit of a gap in videos on
Yeah.
Demolition Ranch, definitely, because his brother's been fighting cancer for over a year.
You know, you can understand him taking time out, but like that will probably affect his channel really badly. Because it's crazy. Like if you spend a lot of time looking into the way like the YouTube algorithms are and stuff, like people get punished if they don't upload like videos of a certain length every day, and then if you break your schedule, you get punished for it by the YouTube algorithm. They stop showing people their videos as much and things like that. It's for smaller creators and creators that take a break, they just get a hammering by that algorithm, because the algorithm just wants people to view more and more content, so it keeps pushing them more and more relevant stuff, and especially by people that upload a lot and regularly. It's why you get creators that literally just pump out non-stop drivel every single day and multiple times a day and rake money in.
Yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, he's obviously he's going to be taking a bit of a break, but he's had a bit of a. I mean, as far as years go, he's lost his brother, his best mate, his dog. Yeah, he's not really had a very good year.
Yeah.
To say the least.
It doesn't sound like he's had a good time.
But he's renovating a mansion. He's building bunker branding 2.0. He's restoring a Corvette. He's building another Corvette as a burnout car.
Yeah.
That must be loaded.
He's not short. He's not short on money. He's also still a vet.
Yeah. The thing is, though, like if when your main job is YouTube, it does you can, especially if you've diversified and you've got like products and all that sort of stuff. YouTubers do seem to still be able to make a lot of money, but when like things like the apocalypse hit them, that hit a lot of YouTubers really, really hard, and you're hearing like YouTubers that are losing more than half their monthly wages. And I do think it's a case of it doesn't matter how much money you make a month. You can be making millions. If you lose a massive amount of that, because generally people live to their means. Yep. There's not a lot of people do sort of save a lot of what they earn. So it still hits people. I would say it still hits people roughly the same when all of a sudden you lose that big chunk of money. But just then the fact that those people can still downsize and still have a moderate lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, you on a much smaller scale, to use one of our members as a bit of an example. If Chan was to literally just all of a sudden anything for his Northern Custom work, it's not going to be a massive amount of difference to him financially, but it's still going to be noticeable.
Yeah.
Even though he's not that big yet. He's a one-man band. He's not producing loads of stuff, but it's still going to make a difference to him.
Oh yeah. I'd say it would be a massive difference.
It might mean he can't have his extra pizza this week, or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Me Nolan Custom Licks is me gravy stuff. Me day job is what floats us.
yeah, I say it's not your main income, but that extra little bit, if you just all of a sudden lost it, you'd
Yeah.
notice it.
Yeah, I do
What I'm
think.
saying, it's
Yeah. But I go back to the sort of the YouTube thing. And well, I suppose. Yeah, we'll stick with YouTube. Anyone that goes purely YouTube, if yeah, you are fighting a battle. I mean, if you get a content claim against you, that can potentially mess with your monetization. You know, if they change what YouTube likes promoting, which at one time YouTube just didn't care. I mean, they would promote basically anything. You know, that was why you've got like channels like Demolition Ranch that were making a lot of money at one time. When they got demonetized, that then massively affected them. And those channels that didn't have other things, you know, that hadn't diversified, and maybe produced things that, you know, like you said, off the ranch, where it's more sort of like a vlogging channel. Those channels might still be active and they'll still be bringing in a little bit of money from that. Whereas the other channels, which might be
anything with guns in it has basically been demonetized. So they rely on channel sponsors and
which is the perfect moment to talk about this week's video sponsor, your boy Rage. No, actually, that's not true. Yeah, that's it. It's like...
This week's Techcast is sponsored by Tesla.
Yeah, one can but dream, eh? Hello there, Martello. Thank you very much for dropping in. But yeah, I think, like, I do think people. Personally, I would never go purely. If I was actually making money from doing live streams and videos and all that sort of stuff, I don't think I would ever go purely YouTube, because the potential for them to just go, right, that's it, you're done, we're taking your monetization off you, is too dangerous. I've seen it happen with loads of YouTubers that I follow, and it's quite a common one, is they don't even tell the YouTuber what they've done wrong. They'll literally just take their monetization
really off. I mean, I've been following Demo and Off the Ranch for years.
Yeah.
And where he started was he just started doing a few videos of shooting stuff. And that was all he was doing.
Yeah.
But then it started to make him some money, so I was like, kind of, oh, this is actually quite good. But it was only a matter of, or it was, he couldn't really had to still do other stuff.
Yeah.
Which was when he went to, he sort of started started the Off the Ranch video.
Yeah.
Which was the sort of the not shooting stuff.
Yeah.
And then he started doing he started bunker branding, because he thought, well, people have been asking for tea. Might as well. He started off by paying someone else to make them, and then he thought, well, not that hard, I can make them. So he started his own company, started making them in his garage to start with, and quickly realised that they were a lot more popular than he first realised.
Yeah.
Ended up having to hire a unit and buy even more expensive printing machine orders. And it was like kind of he's grown massively and he's diversified.
That's what people. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, and he's like bought properties to do up and then uses rental properties and stuff like that. Because he knows that you can't just purely rely the YouTube income.
Yeah, I must admit, I did think when the apocalypse happened that the fact that there was a whole load of content creators went over and created Pornhub accounts, because Pornhub didn't care about it. Was like they didn't care as long as it wasn't illegal. They didn't care if you went on and started like putting stuff on there. They were just like happy that people were using their site. It's like, oh god, I mean, can you imagine like, explaining that one to the wife? Like, why have you been on these dirty sites? I was looking at guns.
Yeah.
I swear it's not what it looks like. Oh, brilliant.
It's crazy, but it's
Oh man. But yeah, it's.
Can you hear that? The dog, I was trying to get the dog to howl. She's howling now.
Yeah.
didn't know rats could howl.
She's not a rat.
No, it's just a gerbil.
I mean, compared to Albert, it's a mouse, but it's a rat to Albert, but to anyone else, it's a mouse.
Oh no, that's just not nice. Oh, that's just
True,
horrible. Well. Oh. I can't understand why I can't get this thing to work on OBS. It's really annoying us that the windows won't show up anymore. I spent ages setting everything up like a while back, and then it's just changed. It's shite. I'm thinking about maybe trying some different streaming software, see if that makes any difference.
I do.
Mm.
New laptop, though.
Yeah, a new laptop would be a better option.
I think you need to enter one of those competitions on BOTB for a new laptop.
The OTB?
Yeah.
Not familiar with it.
They do a week the ball competition so you can win a dream car, and then they also do lifestyle competitions where you answer a question like you can win a motor, laptops, gaming rigs, watches, experience day things.
Oh, cool.
And it's like kind of you can win like a full-on gaming laptop for 75p.
Can he?
You can, but whoa.
Well, you might do. Someone wins every week, but it's
somebody that works in their building.
Well, to be fair, you better you stand that. Because I mean, it was like kind of, and it's not like one of these the typical Channel 5 questions where it's like kind of, which one of these is driver?
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton, Fred from down the, or Boris.
Yeah.
It's a proper like a question that you have got to sort of think about. Because it's like the question this last week for those was Grand Prix track.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just the most southern and give you a list of names. It showed you the map of the circuit. So not only did you need to know what the most southern track was, the circuit itself.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I got stuck.
What was that?
I'm snow called Mud Runner, and I've just got stuck. I've not got any fuel anchor, and it's not quite got enough weight to push down on the drive wheels.
Right. I'm kind of wondering if if my laptop is still actually powerful enough for us to be able to stream games like I used to.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
I would say it was a definitely no, a definite no.
We might be able to stream old games.
Or Tetris.
Yeah.
I was more thinking stuff like kind of original Command and Conquer.
I was thinking more like Pac-Man.
You know what is? I really wish I hadn't sold me old game capture card, because I could have, like, with us having the other TV in here, I could have actually just like rigged up my Sega Mega Drive or something and played like classic games on that. But,
Old.
yeah. But yeah. Nah, I've been having a tinker there, and I can't work out why it's not showing the YouTube chat bar.
So basically you're gonna, if you go into lockdown, you're gonna be trying to work out how to stream old school games.
What do you mean if we go into lockdown?
Well, he's not in lockdown yet.
Yet.
He's still having to go to work.
Yeah.
Ironically, there's only Albert that can't work because no one's hiring him, but wants to work.
Yeah.
I still want to work. It's just a case of I'm torn between wanting to be off and also wanting to stay at work and keep my job and everything.
Yep.
I've gone to like £300-400 a week to 180.
Yeah, that's not good. Actually, I wonder.
Can you get anything from the government, Albert, or
180. Can't explain on I can't explain on YouTube, but I'll explain to you when we're not on air.
that's not a lot of income a week? Is that a week or a month?
A week.
It's better than a kick in the teeth, but it's not enough to live on.
Better than if I was to sign on. You only get £90 a week if I was to go on universal credit.
Yeah.
And that's only till Easter, and then the council's going to reevaluate the contracts that they have with the taxis. Well, after Easter, I might not even be getting that.
Oh, jeez.
Hopefully, everything gets opened back up soon, and you get to be able to go back to work and crack on as normal.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that once this lifts, everybody goes nuts and they all want to go out in the piss.
Well, yeah, that might be a lot of that.
Then I'll be laughing.
The problem with that is that everyone will go out on the piss, and a month later they'll go back into lockdown because we need to slow it down again.
Yeah. I wish.
That's what happened in China, isn't it? They're worried there's going to be a second outbreak because all the people coming back into China are bringing the disease back from Turkey and wherever.
Yeah. You see, I wish that I just more than having time off and being at home or just keeping my job. I just wish this would all just blow over and we could all crack on as we were. I just wish we could go back to normal.
2020 was shaping up to actually be a pretty good year.
Yeah.
Until all this lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people who work in in like travel agency type things, and they're literally like, they've written off 2020 completely.
Yeah. Well, it's looking
they're
like
not expecting any sales at all this year.
Yeah, that's absolutely enough. There's a lot of people that were working in travel that just, I think they've basically their jobs on that. And you're looking at like airports around the world are just closing down. Travel and tourism companies are just shutting because I think even once everything does open back up, I don't think people are going to have the money to go on holiday.
No.
Well, I think the first thing that's going to happen is they'll probably let you back out your houses, but there'll be no planes still.
Yeah.
So isolated in the UK.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, that's what they should do because of all this, like I say, places like in Asia and China who are starting to see a lull are starting to get more people coming back, and
Yeah.
they bring the virus back with them, and it's flaring up again.
Yeah. Great, huh?
Yeah.
Very mental.
Mhm. Yeah. So, Paul says he's going to be off for at least 3 weeks. I hope that's paid, mine, Paul. I hope that's paid time off. So, guys, we're going from that. Have you got...
full.
Sorry, what was that, Colin?
You just went full robot.
Full robot.
So are you?
So, Paul says he's going to be off for at least 3 weeks. So, I hope that's going to be paid. So, has anybody got anything that would like to talk about tonight, then? Or is it just going to be
silent?
Yep, that's it. I think it's.
Has anyone on a lighter note? Has anyone seen any entertaining memes or anything?
Oh, there's plenty of them kicking about.
They're a bit clean though.
Oh, a lot of clean. No.
My favourite one so far is the trigger one.
Yeah.
Now my favourite is about Prince Charles, but like you say, it's not clean, so I can't say now. About Prince Charles and Prince Andrew.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're on about there. Yeah, there's been a lot of sort of very, how shall we say, I suppose politically incorrect memes that have been getting bounced around.
My favourite up to yet is the trigger one.
Yeah.
Alright, Dave.
Oh, right, yeah, I know which one you're on about, yeah.
He's still working. What is it? Let me read it out properly, because otherwise I'll butcher it. Yeah. Not in. Yeah. All right, Trig. Not in work today. No days only. I don't work with a broom.
Yeah.
That had me stitches when I first read that.
Yeah.
Somebody just put up in the chat about Boris Johnson finally stopping the DFS sale.
Yeah. That's
the only
that's
man
very
in history
good one,
to stop the DFS sale.
Yeah. Because Christ, I mean, that has been a long-running sale, hasn't it? I thought that was actually against the law for to have a sale that lasted that long, just an indefinite sale.
Well, I think this is the thing, is that they don't, and the sale has actually ended. It's just the next one started before the previous one.
Yeah. Because
like,
that's it. In all fairness, yeah.
Spring sale.
Yeah.
Easter sale.
Yeah, that's it. It's always a different sale for a different season.
Yeah.
Right. Don't know what font I've just used for that. There we go. I've nearly got my new T-shirt that I'm busy designing ready for launch. It's a shame that I can't actually share it on screen with everyone because, well,
that would break the stream.
No, it's the fact that my share screen
the stream. Yeah, Dex, if you share something, it will go tits up. You know it will.
That's the thing. I can't share it because my share window screen doesn't work.
Oh, well, good thing then. Dex can't knock the stream for a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, dear.
I think that'll do.
I don't know who started the share an image of something from paintball and make it more positive.
Yeah, that has been
Right,
bouncing around everywhere.
Yep, and I have been loving it.
Yeah,
It's so depressing. Look, just going through COVID-19, coronavirus,
Yeah.
COVID-19, Chinese virus, COVID. It's just like
Food virus.
oh, this has happened. This has happened.
Yeah.
This is happening.
I've stopped going on Facebook, mate.
you know, I started off kind of liking all of the memes and sitting thinking, I wonder how this is going to affect people and everything. And I'm actually like, I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm sick of seeing this now. You know, I was talking about it all the time with people at work and stuff, and yeah, it's getting to the point of I wish something different would happen. Can we have a different kind of apocalypse now? You know, I'm getting bored of this apocalypse.
It's the statuses of like the. Can we just talk about Brexit now? Can we go back to Brexit? Can we go back to Brexit? It was less depressing.
There's not one single thing about Brexit.
You know what? There's a lot of things that suddenly people have shut up about that were really, really important 2 weeks ago. And now that this has happened and there is actually a good chance of people dying, suddenly it doesn't fucking matter anymore, does it?
Did you see the press
Everything's
conference?
just
where
paled
somebody
into
asked
different.
Did you see the press conference when somebody actually asked Boris about it?
No?
Someone actually asked him a question about Brexit,
Yeah.
and he just looked at him and goes, "Was it who's mentioned the word that should not be mentioned?" Like this, he was like, joke of it. He's going. It was like, "No, you've said the word, haven't you? You're not allowed to mention that word." Like, he was like trying to but like change the subject, yeah, because somebody said, "How's this going to affect Brexit?" He went, "What? What? Who said that? Who said that word?"
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
I've literally been keeping off Facebook. I'll go on now. I'll go on just to look at, see if any of my friends have posted anything, and then I come straight back.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's depressing. Oh, it was depressing, but that whole sort of share of pain has just made it actually
a little bit more bearable.
Livable. It's actually you feel like you can actually go on it without feeling like you want to slip your wrists after.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, is just before leaving work yesterday, there was somebody came round and said, like, "Oh, you live over a certain way, don't you?" And it's like, "Yeah." So we've just had reports that apparently traffic is backed up because they are busy fishing a body out of the river. It looks like they've jumped off on the bridges that you'll be going over on your way home. And say, I can't help but think, is the fact, like, is the media hype around everything that's going on at the minute, has that pushed somebody over the edge? Sorry for the
Quite possibly.
Possibly bad choice of phrasing for that, but quite literally, in an extent, has that pushed them over the edge? Because it's
I
something
wouldn't be surprised.
It's just constant.
Yeah. It'd be nice if there was some other thing in the news that wasn't, because even in the news, it's got something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's never like kind of oh yeah, we're this new bunny farm's opened up
in the face of COVID-19.
Yeah, it's this new bunny farm's opened up in an attempt to test the disease on the rabbits so that we can find a cure. It's like, oh, right. So you couldn't just say, oh, there's a new bunny farm open.
Yeah. Here's a video of little Timmy feeding ducks down at the park. Timmy has just recovered from COVID-19. Fucking
yeah.
Just leave us alone. Or even better, So, Timmy, what's your opinions on COVID-19? How are you enjoying being locked out of school? Oh, man.
I mean, I mean, and the summary is that it's like kind of, it's just like how little people are taking it seriously, or
Mhm.
some people are just not taking it anywhere near as serious as they need to.
Yeah. That's you've kind of got the two sides of it. You've got the people who, in the space of like 3 days, have suddenly become doomsday preppers, and the people that still think it is just the flu.
Talking
Yeah.
about memes, I've just looked up one that Ben has put on Facebook. I thought was quite funny.
Mhm.
The police now have powers to break up groups. I hope they start with effing Coldplay.
Yeah, that would be a good place to start. No, are you
I quite
familiar?
like
Are you?
Coldplay.
Oh dear God, Colin.
Oh, wait, Colin.
Are you familiar with the journalist Owen Jones?
No.
Not by,
He is.
not personally, no.
He's a complete, like far left nutter journalist, right? And he posted on I think it was Twitter, saying something along the lines of, "For months I've been telling people that Boris Johnson is a far right, like, what was it, a far right authoritarian, and now he's enforcing like authoritarian dictatorship on the UK." And it's like, is he really, Owen? Because I saw the video of the police trying to break up some people playing on a green where they were sitting in their car going, "Can you please go home? This is serious. It's not a joke.
Yeah, I mean,
Could you please go home?" Like, really, really, like,
tell you what,
Jeremy Corbyn
things-
literally endorsed Fidel Castro. And Boris Johnson's authoritarian dictatorship is asking people to please go home. Oh, right.
I must have amazed at how fast the police have implemented everything. Literally, the next day, there were police on the streets in Lincoln dispersing
Yeah.
groups and making sure people were only out for shopping,
Yeah.
for food.
The thing is, though, it's not really enforcing anything because the police walk up to you and go, "What are you doing?" Go, "I'm shopping for essentials." "All right, sir. Thank you very much. Move along." That's it. This whole sort of, like, you're allowed to go for one walk a day. So is this your first or second walk of the day? "It's my first walk of the day." "Thank you very much, sir. Move along." That's it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Is like kind of we said, and after the announcement, it's like realistically, Boris Johnson is credit where credit's due. He's doing a bang up job. He might come across as a bumbling idiot, but
He's our bumbling idiot.
Yeah.
This is the thing. People take the mick out of him, but credit where credit's due. He's actually doing a pretty bang up job, given the unprecedented situation he's found himself in.
He's been given a shit.
But we said, look, you're allowed out for one form of exercise a day. As I says, well, Josie just turned around to me and just said, "So you could go out on your bike and do 40 miles in a day and spend all day out on your bike, but it's still only one form of exercise."
Yeah. Well, this is it. But the thing is, like, I don't know if you saw when I shared something.
That is taking the piss, but
yeah.
even
Well,
so.
the thing is, though, Colin, it is and it isn't. As long as you're not going and, like, smearing germs around all over other people, then it's not a risk to anyone else.
Yeah, but it's like he's sort of like taking the mick bit, sort of like
True.
It's sort of bending the rules.
Have you noticed something with Boris Johnson, though?
What's that?
The baffling buffoon actor's been dropped, and he's actually answering serious questions. When he does this nightly thing, he's not a bigger idiot as what people make out. I've said for a long time that I think it is.
Well, I'm not being a bumbling idiot if he's managed to get himself into the position he's in.
Well,
Yeah,
the
but you
same
know,
with-
if
Trump.
thing is-
People take the mick out of Trump,
Fine.
but Trump can't be an idiot to get into the position he's in.
well, the thing
No,
is,
it's
though,
the idiots that have voted for him.
the thing is,
Yeah.
there's well, you know, you still have heard before, there is a fine line between genius and madness. Now, I'm not saying that Boris is either a genius or a madman, but he is a very smart person. And at least in my opinion,
Yes.
Boris and even Trump, they are both smart people in some respects. But then, of course, as with with the idea of genius and madness, at some points there is the crossover between, like the bumble and oaf can be really smart in one regard, or they might even just have moments of brilliant clarity. Now, I don't think that is the case, but there is moments where they do have crossovers.
But as I say, realistically, I don't think there is anything that Boris could do better at the minute. He's handling it brilliantly. He's listening to the scientists and paying attention and doing what they're saying is the right thing to do at the right time, and to the right severity as well. He's not gone, well, I know better than you, and just decided I'm going to just do what I want. He's doing what they're telling him is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
He has missed out one big thing though, and it is quite a large
What's that?
part of the problem. The self-employed. The
Yeah.
self-employed have been told, you can go on universal credit, which is £90 a year. Now, my brother-in-law he's a bathroom and kitchen fitter, and £90 a week, where he was making like £300, £400, £500, £600 a week. Is just that's they need to sort something out for the self-employed.
Yeah.
Well, the one
What about at the moment? All they've been told to do is what you can go on universal credit.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I have seen, and I don't know if you've seen anything to do with it, and if Martello's still in the chat, we spoke about it earlier on Facebook. Is farmers have said that they are going to be given the current situation and travel bans and everything. They're missing quite a few workers and pick the cabbages and whatnot in the fields.
Yeah.
So I know it's not to everyone's taste, pay the bills.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, Colin,
you can go and do that for farmers.
Yeah.
They said
I'm
it's
not
up to
being funny, Colin, but is a farmer going to pay somebody £500 a week to go and pick his taters?
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's going to be minimum wage, which is not what the lads are making. You can practically class me as self-employed. I've gone from like £300 to £400 a week to 180.
Yeah, but like I say, if it's £500 a week, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, but they're not going to pay £500 a week, are they? To go pick taters out of the field, they're not going to pay you £500 a week. It's going to be just above minimum wage.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
just
more
above
that's more than you'd get for whatever benefit that you're allowed.
Yeah, I know, but it's
this is the thing. No matter what it is they're going to pay, it's going to be better than the government will give you.
Yes.
The thing is, the other thing you've got to.
If a guy's got a lot of bills coming out because he had a really good high-paying job, a lot more minimum wage, and then all you're offering them is minimum wage, they're still going to be up shit creek. They're going to be working really hard for a crap wage.
Thing is, you've got to remember as well. I mean, it's not just going to be picking taters.
This is what
I know it's better than nothing, but that's what I was trying to say to you. Say if a bloke has bills that are over £1,000 a month, and then all you're offering him is minimum wage, he's not going to be able to live on it. They need to work something out for the self-employed where they get 80%, like everybody else, of the wage they were making.
The thing is, to an extent, I agree with you there, but it's not that much different to if you just lost your job any other time. It's terrible to kind of think of it that way, but that is effectively what a lot of these people are. That's the position that a lot of these people are in. It's effectively the same as losing your job at any other time. Now, of course, at a different time, that would be a little bit it wouldn't be as bad. In fact, it would be a lot better, because in a time when there isn't, people aren't on lockdown effectively, there is the option of going and getting another job in the same career field that you're already working in. But for people that aren't necessarily working in, maybe they're not skilled, but they're working in a trade. They might be working as like a labourer. So there might be a self-employed labourer working with, say, a bricklayer or a plasterer or whatever. That person might not be able to go and work with somebody that's been paying them £2,000 a month for being a labourer, and they might lose £1,000 of that a month. It's roughly the same sort of position, at least in my opinion. I'm more than happy to listen to opinions on why I'm wrong on that. But what I would say, and I don't know if it is entirely applicable, is if you're self-employed, does that not count as you effectively being a small business? So would you then not actually be eligible for the money that, or at least some of the money that is being put aside? So like the up to 80%.
No, you've got to be employing more than 5 people.
Right, okay.
Small business.
See, I think the reason I haven't done it as yet is everybody could say, "Oh, I'm self-employed, and this is what I've been making a week," and
yeah.
But there's an easy way around that. They just look at what taxes they pay. If they're above board,
and what rabbit hole will that open for people that don't do things through the book?
Well, that's their own fault, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh yes, you earn this much, so you've only been declaring so much a week,
That's
which
what I mean.
isn't anywhere near.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the people who declare. You know what I mean? If they've been fiddling the system, then there's nothing you can really do about it. But the ones that are above board and doing it legally, I think they should, in some way, get like everybody else an 80% of the wage. And it's 80% of the wage up to $2,500.
Yeah. Well, see, the other thing is obviously, especially with jobs like yours, for example, you haven't got a set wage. It's just some weeks you can have a really busy week, some week it could be quiet. Like, how are the government gonna do it so it's fair and balanced?
I think that's the problem. They should try and do it fair and balanced, is what they're saying. Like you can have universal credit, which is absolutely abysmal.
I don't think that's quite fair and balanced.
The thing is, you've got to think about how many people are like right on the breadline, so that is not that much different than what they're already earning. And of course, especially if you're in, like, in, say, a council property, and the government is going to be paying your bills, well, what do you need more than that money? I mean, that's assuming that the government is going to be paying your bills. As soon as you having to pay your own bills into account, that money is nothing. Having universal credit is literally nout when you've got to pay all your own bills. You might, it's not going to fill your belly. It's better than nout, but it ain't going to fill your belly. And if you are in a situation of you're in a private rental, or you've got your own home or something like that, and you get dropped onto universal credit, it's not nice.
No, I'm never gonna say that you're gonna be able to just go out and do fruit and veg picking to earn the same amount of money. But I'm sorry, but if I was in that situation, I'd be going and doing anything and everything I could.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say,
try and get somewhere near.
What I was going to say, Colin, was during the miners' strike, which obviously affected like a lot of industry towns very badly. During the miners' strike, my grandfather was a pitman, and that was basically what he went and did. He went and worked on farms to see my family, his family, through the miners' strike. It was, because of that, he was able to make sure that my mum and my uncle and my grandma and him, they were all fed. You know, he did stuff like that, and he did stuff like he went and cut logs, and now that's something else that I think is different this time. You know, if this gets really, really bad, well, you go back to what, the 80s, and you know, even the 90s. Lots of families had coal fires where if you didn't have coal, you could get wood from somewhere. Even if it was a case of walking down the woods and picking up sticks, you could go and get wood, and you could cook on your fire. If you can't pay your bills now, and you have, you know, you've got, even if you've got food, if you haven't got any way of heating it because your gas and electric's been turned off, you can't even just light a fire and cook a tin of beans on the fire now, can you?
Oh no. No, I totally agree with you with that. I mean, I'm quite lucky in a situation. I live in a house where I've got a log burner where push comes to shove, I probably like that.
Just use the barbecue.
Well, yeah,
But
I've got
the
a
problem
barbecue,
is with
I've
that-
got a rocket stove.
The problem is with that is you then lead to instances where, like, there was a while ago where I believe it was a grandmother gassed herself and her grandparents because they're using a barbecue to heat the house. It was like
No, I
over.
wouldn't use a barbecue in the house.
But that's the problem, is there's so many people don't know that if you do some stuff like light a fire indoors and it isn't set up properly to be a fire indoors, you're gonna gas yourself. People don't know. There's a lot of people don't know things like that. So then they end up killing
totally
themselves
agree with
because
you
they're
on
trying to
that one.
survive.
Is the very close?
But yeah, I mean, that was it. My grandfather, if he wasn't, I mean, he went hunting for to get food. He you know, cut up trees that were falling for wood to keep the fire lit. He worked on farms to make sure that they had money to buy food and things like that. It probably wasn't what he was earning at the pit, but it was something to try and help. And it's all well and good saying that, but you know, especially considering the population in the 80s was probably, what, maybe 50 million, 60 million at a push or something like that. And if I wouldn't have even been 60 million, it was probably, and we're now currently around about 70 million, and that's rose by something like 20 million in the past couple of years, so about 50 million in the 80s roughly.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
There's a lot more
there's going to
jobs.
be they're crying out for delivery drivers.
Mhm.
They're crying out. The farming industry is going to be crying out for labour.
Mhm.
It's there's going to be jobs out there, but there's going to be far more people without jobs
Yeah,
than there are new jobs.
yeah. I think there will
You've
also
already-
be there will also be lots of instances of people going, "I'm not doing that. That's not what I was trained for. I'm too good for doing that job." I think there will be a lot of people that will do that.
Delivery, okay.
Mhm.
My boss has looked into it, and if we try and do deliveries in our taxis, our insurance is invalid.
Yeah, because you're not registered for doing deliveries.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
They
because
want more money
Mhm.
for him to be able to take deliveries as well as being a taxi driver.
You see, now, Albert, I would give that maybe a week, and if things continue to get worse, that might change. Because I don't know how true it is. It was something I saw on Facebook earlier on, and you know, as always, don't trust everything you see online. But if it is true, apparently the government has banned MOTs for 6 months.
Yeah,
that is
It's if it expires in the next 6 months, you
Yeah.
don't have to
yeah.
redone.
Yeah.
But you still have to keep your vehicle in a roadworthy.
Yes. Well, I mean,
condition.
obviously, yeah. You know, this isn't a case of the UK government going,
that
okay,
is a
you can
lit-
have Mad Max cars.
And that's basically just freeing up garages to do like proper work instead of
Yeah.
having to deal
But
with
that's
people's
the point, Albert, in a way. If we are now at the point of them going, right, okay, look, we're going to knock, if your MOT expires, we don't expect you to have another one for 6 months, as long as your car's roadworthy. Are they going to get the point where it's, because I mean, have you seen these instances where, like, Asda vans have been getting burned out, and there was somebody drilled holes in some, like, 6 ambulances were parked up, and somebody went along and drilled holes in all of their tyres. at a time
Why?
when people are desperate for medical attention and people can't go out of their houses and delivery drivers are being relied on, people are abusing the delivery vans and ambulances.
That's
That's
ridiculous.
so it's like, how long
This
is it going to be
is
before people,
stupid.
before the government goes, right? Okay, if you want to work but you have a vehicle that's big enough to transport stuff in, you are now an ambulance or you are now a delivery van. Because it's like, some countries are, because of this, going onto a war footing, where it's like that, they're going. I don't know if any of you are friends with Griffin Spanner on Facebook, but Griffin had posted up
No.
saying that he makes clothing products through. Well, he's effectively the middleman. He's the distributor. He designs products and stuff, gets somebody else to make them, and then sells them on. Well, he had posted up recently saying about that he was effectively going into making medical products. He was going to start buying medical products from somebody and then selling them because there was a need for it. So in his business, he could design stuff, so that was what he was going to do. Now, at least that was as I understood it. But there's a lot of companies that are going, right, well, if you need a product, and they say Tesla, I believe, are going to start making ventilators to try and help out companies. I don't know if how many of you are aware, but in Italy, because of the shortage of ventilator parts, I believe there's a valve in them that either must break or have to be replaced very, very regular. Well, that valve, they were apparently running low on it. So the hospitals in Italy, or whoever it was that's in charge of them, had contacted the company that makes the valves, said, look, can we have some more of these valves? The company said, aren't going to have any more available for an extended period of time. So that was then somehow made public, and apparently there was a startup project. Some lads doing 3D printing said, "We'll 3D print them for you." So they contacted the supplier, said, "Can we have the plans for your valve?" They went, "No, and if you start printing them, we're going to sue you." So this startup, these lads apparently said, "Well, screw you, we're going to print them anyway." And there were, last I heard, there was something about 112 they reckon we're going to have ready for a certain period of time to then drop off at the hospitals.
I don't
Yeah,
know what the screw you bit, but I've seen
with that one, you've got to be
ventilators.
careful. You've got to be careful when you're saying stuff about that one, because apparently the 3D printed ones aren't up to standard or something on one of the valves in it or something.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not fully working. But
Yes.
one thing that I have seen is for a 3D printed thing is converting hobby snorkel masks into oxygen masks, which it's not the whole thing, but it's something.
Yeah. But yeah, so all I was kind of getting at though was that obviously companies are starting to, as I said, going over like a war footing. Is that coronavirus there, Jan?
Sorry?
Is that coronavirus there?
It was just Hannah sneezing.
Coronavirus.
No,
Sneezing
Coronavirus.
isn't a symptom.
It is if I say it is. But so yeah, like
well, if something you expect to see every day.
What's that?
Just scrolling a feed and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger sitting at a dinner table
feeding a pony,
feeding a miniature horse.
Yeah. Do you think that's like what?
And there's the donkey.
Do you think that's how Albert sees his dog?
His rat.
Is Albert gone? But yeah, it's. I just think that there is a possibility that that might be what happens. We might get to a point where if vehicles keep getting vandalised and stuff, that the government will just say, yeah, if you've got a vehicle that's big enough, or you've got something that can transport stuff, you're now a delivery driver, or you're now an ambulance. Like if Albert's taxi could effectively be retrofitted into a makeshift ambulance.
Very easily.
Yep. And yeah, depending on how bad this goes, I mean, you might see that happen.
Yeah.
I can have all the seats out the back of my van in less than 10 minutes. It's just
Yeah.
like 6 balls.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a slightly different situation, but the pickup truck that my dad bought a few years ago, if he'd tick the option box to have the snowplow prep on it, he by law has to be, because because it's got the ability, it's got to be notified because it's a tax break for it. And by them knowing about it, he could legally be called up to do snowplow duties, which was the main reason he didn't actually tick the box.
Yeah.
That's not extenuating circumstances. That's just as something that's a bit of a road tax break.
Yeah.
Because any vehicle that's equipped for a snowplow is free road tax.
Yeah. But of course, you have to do stuff if you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why every single council lorry has a mounting bracket on the front.
No, I've never noticed that.
Yeah, you look at all the gritters. They've all got snowplow mounting brackets.
Mm. Right. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to have a look at that.
Yeah.
But right, guys. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go. I've been summoned by the wife, so yeah, I'm gonna have to do a shooting. I'll have to finish this early tonight. But,
You've only got 3 people watching anyhow, so
yeah. Well, it has been a pleasure.
Three.
Yeah. It has been a pleasure.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I still don't know if it actually counts my studio thing as me watching. I don't know. But right, so for those that are actually watching and aren't the people that I'm actually talking to, thank you very much for watching, guys. It has been a pleasure to try and entertain you tonight. For those of you that I am actually talking to, thank you very much for joining us again tonight. As always, guys, it is a pleasure to have you on, and yeah, I've been napping around with you. Is there anything that anybody would like to say before I leave?
bye.
Please adhere to the government.
Yeah. Yes, that's actually.
Stay at NHS and save lives.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. The fact if we all stick to this lockdown sort of thing and don't go on necking on with people and stuff, all of this should blow over a lot faster. And then we can.
Oh, does that mean I can't nick on with you, Dixie? Oh,
well, yeah, Right, but yeah, if this blows over faster, we can all get back to normal faster, and we'll start and play paintball again. So,
God help the Nest members when you're actually able to go out and see each other again.
Yeah. Oh God, have you seen that video that's been going around of there's like all the white glue getting scraped off the bottom of the floor?
No. That'll be the bottom of Richie's van.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, so I've got to go. So, thank you very much for watching, everyone. It has been a pleasure and entertaining as always. My name is Dexter. I've been joined by Colin, Albert, and Chandy Man.
I think Chan's gone already.
He's still in the chat, but yeah, I think he might have actually disappeared.
I'm here.
Aha! Right. Well, I shall catch you later, guys.
Too busy
I shall.
Too busy playing PlayStation.
Wait, I wasn't going to talk over him.
Well, that's the thing. We're just all chat over each other in this. But yeah. Anyway, right. Me. Right.
Trying to get a word in edgeways of Colin. That's the problem.
Right.
You're just jealous.
Right. Anyway, look, gotta go.
Potato. Potato.
Love you, bye. Love you, bye. Goodbye.
Love you, bye.
Bye. I love you.